Hello everyone and welcome back to Deciphering Weather. In today's video, we're going to continue our Hurricane Preparedness week and discuss what is needed in a hurricane disaster supply kit. If you like detailed weather breakdowns, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to get all of my upcoming videos. So hurricanes, again, are one of the most destructive storms that the planet Earth throws at us. It's got those high winds, can cause tornadoes, inland flooding, and rip currents, as well as a storm surge, which is why we are always focusing on getting people evacuated. But what if you can't evacuate, or you're not in an evacuation zone and are still going to be threatened by a hurricane? Well, one of the things you're going to want to do is prepare a hurricane survival kit. And we're going to go over some items that should be in your kit when you're going through a hurricane. The first thing and first and foremost, you're going to want to have food and water. For a minimum of 3 days, especially if you're sheltering in place, and it's 3 days minimum per person for what you need. And because hurricanes cause power outages, you may even want to supply yourself with even more if you're sheltering in place for like at least a week or 2 weeks, especially because we've seen in the past, like from Hurricane Ida or Katrina, where you're seeing yourself without power, without water for 2, 3, 4 weeks and longer sometimes, depending on how long it takes your local power authority to get your power and water supply and gas lines back on. And because of that, you're also going to want to make sure you have your prescription drugs and medicine on hand as well. If you're going to be sheltering in place, or even if you're evacuating, you're going to want to make sure you have all your prescription drugs that you take on hand with you, because your local pharmacy might be shut down for quite an amount of time after a hurricane because of supply chain issues, or workers just can't get to work because they're dealing with their own disaster at their local home. And because hurricanes knock out power, even if you're not evacuating, where you're going to need gasoline for your car, you're going to want to make sure you have gasoline for a generator if you have one to supply electricity to your home. And if you don't have gas on hand because the pumps are going to be out of power locally after a hurricane, you're going to be out of luck. So if you don't have a generator, the next best thing you want to do is have batteries on hand and a flashlight, because that's going to be your saving grace to having power to know what's going on during the storm, after the storm, where you can get your supplies after the hurricane has passed through. If you're needing assistance from the police department, you want to be able to charge your cell phone. And one of the best things you can have is one of these portable weather radios that has a crank or a solar panel on it, so you can get the latest information on the hurricane and any evacuation notices from your local state or city. And it also can charge your cell phone as well. And last but not least, the last thing you really want to make sure you have on hand, especially if you're evacuating or just staying in place, is cash on hand. Because once the power goes out, you no longer can use your credit card, you can no longer use your ATM. So having cash on hand will allow you to still make purchases if and when necessary to get the supplies you need from anything that happens after a hurricane. So again, just to go over, you want to be able to make sure you have enough food and water for each person in your family for at least a minimum of 3 days, preferably for a week or 2 if possible. You want to fill all your prescriptions and have your medicine beforehand. Get your radios, batteries, and phone chargers. gas up your car or have gas on hand for your generator and have cash on hand, because power is going to go out and you're not going to be able to purchase anything with your credit cards or debit cards. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button and leave a comment. Please share this video with your family and friends on social media. And if you're new and like detailed weather breakdowns, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to get all of my upcoming videos. Thank you and have a great day.